The National League East is not playing games this year. The division is getting stronger and stronger by the day. It started with Josh Donaldson going to the Braves. Then the Mets got Robinson Cano and Edwin Diaz. Nationals picked up Kurt Suzuki and Yan Gomes. The Marlins, well, they got bad New Jerseys. But today, the Philadelphia Phillies went out and made a big move, trading for Jean Segura from the Seattle Mariners. Now, of course, before I do get going into the analysis and reaction to this trade from the Philadelphia Phillies and the Seattle Mariners, make sure you guys leave a like on this video. Keep up the amazing support. I can't thank you guys enough. It's been so good. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you enjoy the content. We're covering all the trades, all the moves of the MLB offseason, so if you like that stuff, stick around. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at GiraffeNeckMark. Link in the description down below. We're talking baseball all the time on Twitter. And make sure to get in that comment section. Give me your opinion on this trade. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? What do you think? Let's have a conversation. Let's talk. Jean Segura, James Pazos, and Juan Nicasio are going over to the Philadelphia Phillies in exchange for JP Crawford and Carlos Santana. Wow. Seattle, what are you doing? If you're a Seattle Mariners fan, you can no longer be upset about the haul you got back for Cano and Diaz because, oh my God, is this a horrible trade in my opinion. JP Crawford and Carlos Santana for Segura, Pazos, and Nicasio. Now listen, I understand. Nicasio and James Pazos were thrown in there to even out the salary moves because they're getting a big-ass contract from Carlos Santana. My God, what a bad contract. Carlos Santana has 2 years left, $40 million on the contract with the team option in 2021, which, of course, the Mariners will not be picking up because Carlos Santana is not worth $20 million a year. So you take the bad contract of Carlos Santana, you take JP Crawford, who, he is not living up to that top prospect hype. I mean, this was a guy, I remember when Jimmy Rollins was still there with the Phillies, and of course, being a Met fan, I hear about the Phillies all the time, National League East, rivalry, all that good stuff. But I remember hearing about JP Crawford for quite some time. He was going to be the guy to take over for Jimmy Rollins. He was going to be the next big thing at shortstop for Philadelphia, and he has just been complete and utter garbage. I understand he really hasn't played a full season. He hasn't gotten a good shot up at the major leagues. Maybe he still has something left. But from the games I've seen him play his at-bats, I don't see much in this guy. He doesn't seem like he's ever going to be an impact player. Decent with the glove, nice glove at shortstop, but he can't hit a lick for his life. He's terrible at the plate, terrible. And again, to play devil's advocate, I know a lot can change in a player's approach in a short amount of time. I mean, he's only played about, 70 games in the major leagues. That's not a whole lot to judge the guy off of, but I like to have immediate reactions. I like to maybe go a little over the top sometimes, and JP Crawford, honestly, in my opinion, just the Phillies getting rid of him and Carlos Santana for Jean Segura alone, fantastic. Fantastic. So yeah, JP Crawford's played 72 games, 214 average, 333 on-base percentage, 358 slugging to give an OPS of 692. Again, through 72 games, just a little under half a season. I mean, I'm not excited by this guy for the Seattle Mariners. This is who you're going with as the shortstop of the future. I mean, why wouldn't you have gotten Jimenez from the Mets? Unless they didn't want to give him. That would be probably the reason. But I don't think the Mets are trying to keep Jimenez away from anybody. I think they're trying to sell him while he still has some value. But from Crawford, in those 72 games, you've got 40 hits, 10 doubles, 4 triples, 3 homers, 18 RBIs, 29 walks, 59 strikeouts. It's just not exciting in my opinion. So Mariners fans, I would be upset about this trade, honestly. And then the Carlos Santana contract, listen, he hit for some power last year in a very friendly hitter's ballpark, so you can expect those numbers to go down even more. I get it, the guy walks, congratulations. That's the new thing in baseball in 2018. It's about the walks. But $20 million a year for Carlos Santana, ooh, that's rough. That's rough. Philadelphia Philly fans, you should be pumped. You should be pumped because it's supposedly, this is not going to even interfere with possibly getting Manny Machado, which if they get Manny Machado, I'm going to be upset. But realistically, I don't think Manny Machado comes now. I think Segura is your guy at shortstop. So let's talk about Jean Segura. First off, great contract. 5 years, $70 million until 2023, and you have a team option in 2023. So 5 years, $70 million. That comes out to what, like $13, $14 million a year? Fantastic contract there to pick up by the Philadelphia Phillies because one, it's pretty cheap for a guy who produces at a pretty high level. Defensively, Jean Segura at shortstop is not a bad shortstop, but then again, he's also not Andrelton Simmons, but still, better than what the Phillies had. Defensively last year, they were one of the worst teams in all of baseball. They were terrible defensively. So they automatically improve there, which helps them out big time, especially when you got great pitchers coming up and you got Aaron Nola, ground ball pitcher. So defensively for the Phillies, big improvement right there, and you didn't even get a guy who's like a Gold Glover. But Jean Segura's last 3 seasons have been really good at the plate, and Philadelphia hitter-friendly ballpark. You can expect his numbers to be more realistic to the Arizona numbers because obviously Arizona, the ball flies out of there. Whereas Seattle, they got the big gaps, they got the big field out there. Hitters don't particularly do well. So in Arizona in 2016, Jean Segura led the league with 203 hits. He hit 41 doubles, 20 homers, 7 triples, 64 RBIs. He only struck out 101 times, 319 average, 368 on base, 499 slugging, OPS 867 to give an OPS plus of 122. Fantastic season. One of the reasons why the Mariners went out and got him because, well, he had a great year in 2016. And like I said, he really didn't slow down much in Seattle, still having great years at the plate. 125 games in 2017, so he played about, 25 games less than the year prior. 157 hits, 30 doubles, 2 triples, 11 homers, 45 RBIs, hit 300, 349 on base, 427 slugging, 776 OPS, 111 OPS plus. Again, great year, and he did it again last year in 144 games. The power numbers were down a little bit, but the dude is still hitting for a good average, still playing good shortstop, and that's something that Philadelphia need because last year their shortstop position was a little bit inconsistent. You had Asdrubal Cabrera over there at times. You had Scott Kingery. They were trying to figure it out, and they really couldn't get anything consistent. Now you stick in a guy who hits 300 every single year, plays good defense at shortstop, gets a lot of extra base hits. Yes, he doesn't walk a ton. That's one knock that you would have on him. But when you're hitting 300, your on-base percentage is going to be starting off at 300 to begin with. So walks are just a bonus. And really, great contract. I can't stress that enough. A great contract. He's going to be there for quite some time, I would assume, in Philadelphia. And he's a good player. It bothers me because I don't want the Phillies to be good. It makes it harder for the Mets. But it seems like the Phillies are probably going to be going out and being really aggressive this offseason. So Mets, keep up the aggressiveness, but you got to match the Phillies because they're not going to be an easy team to just kick away on the curb like they used to be. I mean, Jean Segura for J.P. Crawford and Carlos Santana. How? How did they not give up any prospects at all? None. J.P. Crawford, if you want to call a prospect, but really, is he anymore? Not really. I mean, technically, by classification standpoints, he's not a prospect. And now they get to move Rhys Hoskins to first base, which is his natural position. They can open up a spot in the outfield, get someone who actually plays there, improve their defense in the outfield. I mean, it's just a good move all around from the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies also picked up 2 relief pitchers, Juan Nicasio and James Pazos. Juan Nicasio, kind of all over the place. Had a great 2017 with Pittsburgh and a couple other teams, but last year with Seattle, ooh, not a good year. 6 ERA. So like I said, 6 ERA in 46 games, only pitched 42 innings, had a whip of 1.381, which that's a bit high. He did have a career out in strikeouts per 9. He doesn't walk anybody, but he was giving up a ton of hits, 11.4 per 9 innings. So really, if Nicasio stops giving up so many hits, he'll be pretty decent for them because he doesn't walk guys. And with relievers, what's their biggest enemy? Walks. You don't want to give free base runners. Nicasio will be a free agent in 2020. His contract's 2 years, $17 million. So again, not horrible. They had to even it out a little bit for that terrible Carlos Santana contract. But again, he's going to be useful on the Philadelphia Phillies team, so it's not like it's going to waste. And then the Phillies also got left-handed pitcher James Pazos, who had a great year for the Mariners last year. 60 appearances, 50 innings pitched. He had a 2.88 ERA, 1.24 whip, which again, a little bit high. You like it to be closer to 1 flat, but 1.24, not bad at all. Pazos didn't strike out a lot of batters, only 8.1 strikeouts per 9 innings, 2.7 walks per 9. Doesn't give up the long ball, but again, that could be due to pitching in Seattle maybe. Also doesn't give up a whole ton of hits, 8.5 through 9. So again, you're getting a nice lefty, had some good numbers last year. Bullpen, you can always make it stronger, and I think Philadelphia did that by getting Pazos and Nicasio. So overall, Philadelphia Phillies easily won this trade. I think it was a great trade for them. Unfortunate because as a Mets fan, I hate it. I don't want to see Philadelphia be successful, but it looks like they're going to be a pain in my ass for the near future. Jean Segura is a beast. You got rid of J.P. Crawford, who looks to be a lost cause, and he's like our Dom Smith, except probably a little bit more hype than Dom Smith. But you got rid of J.P. Crawford, you got rid of Carlos Santana. Rhys Hoskins gets to play first base. You open up a spot in the outfield. Go get a Michael Brantley. Don't get Bryce Harper, please. But Philadelphia easily won this trade. Seattle, I know you're rebuilding, so you're trying to get rid of guys, but Carlos Santana and J.P. Crawford, who you wanted back, I mean, what? Did a good job to get some prospects from the Mets, but then you got Carlos Santana and J.P. Crawford. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. How do you let them just steal from you like that? Hopefully we'll hear about Patrick Corbin, Manny Machado, Bryce Harper, all these free agents in the upcoming days. I mean, I need some more videos to make, as you guys know. I need videos. But I can't wait to see where all these guys go in free agency. This has been one of the most exciting free agent classes in a long time, so there's a lot of hype surrounding it. I want to talk about it more, of course. We've got the idea of maybe Corey Kluber getting traded, Madison Bumgarner getting traded, Noah Syndergaard getting traded, Trevor Bauer. All the names are flying around. This offseason very well could be one of the most active offseasons all of baseball history, and we still haven't even hit the winter meetings. Once those come, ooh, It's gonna get crazy. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on this trade in the comment section down below. Do you like it for Philadelphia? Do you like it for Seattle? Let me know your opinions. Leave a like on this video if you did enjoy it and you want to see more of the content. It helps out the channel a ton. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content, as well as follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links in the description. That's gonna be it for this video. YouTube recommends you watch this one right here, and this will be my most recent upload talking about the Robinson Cano trade in case you guys didn't see it. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching. The MLB offseason's finally starting to heat up. I love it, and hopefully I see you guys tomorrow for another video. Bye.